everyone. Welcome. My name is Eleni Summershields, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer here at Wise Agent. And welcome to today's webinar. We just went live on Facebook, I believe, guys. So I think that's live. We'll see if Sarah can confirm that for us. Does look like participants are rolling in. So welcome, everyone. Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you're located. I am joined today by Jonathon and Christoph from Landvoice. So so excited to have you guys back on our webinar.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us back. So happy to be here.
Yeah, this is going to be a great conversation. I know when we were talking, well, just even before this, we were a little late because I get chatty. If you guys have been on the webinar before.
There's some good questions we were getting into from the guys. So yeah. So great questions from everyone. So while we're, I'm going to just make a couple of announcements while I'm making those announcements. If you guys wouldn't mind posting in the chat what city, state, brokerage that you're with, that'd be great. We always love knowing and seeing where everyone is from. So if you guys wanted to post that in the chat, we also have, and you can post. We've got someone, Janice from Georgia. Welcome, Janice. So we have the chat where you can ask any questions there. We also have the Q&A section in the webinar where you can ask any questions, and we'll be taking those live and answering those. And then I also have a list of questions that you guys already submitted before the webinar that we're going to be talking about as well, which is amazing. This is being recorded, so it's okay if you got to answer that call, go for it. We're going to send you the recording after this is all done. And so you'll get that in the inbox. And then we're also live on Facebook in our Wise Agent community. So if you haven't joined our Facebook community, it's a great place to find resources and find all of our webinars, or a good majority of them. And yeah, I think those are all my my PSAs for the day. So okay, all right. Excited to be here with you guys today once again. So welcome. Thank you.
We're talking about we're doing this prospecting mastermind today and taking live Q&A. I'm excited about that. It's always fun to do live Q&As, and then I'll also be sharing my screen so you guys can see how the integration between Landvoice and Wise Agent works. So we'll be doing all sorts of things. So there we go. Randy from Pensacola. Hey, Randy, I was near Pensacola just a couple of weeks ago. Awesome. All right, so let's get started. First off, Christoph, Jonathon, do you guys want to talk a little bit about yourselves and introduce yourselves to our audience and talk a little bit about Landvoice and what you guys are doing there?
Absolutely. Jonathon, you want to go first?
Sure. Hey guys, I'm Jonathon Metoyer. I'm one of the head trainers here at Landvoice. I also consider myself somewhat of a data expert. I've been working here for a little under 10 years, and I'm in charge of the training 2 times a day, 5 days a week. I'm teaching agents what scripts are working the best, what objections they need to be on the lookout for. My goal, my purpose really, is to make sure each of our agents are doing at least 3 transactions a month with Landvoice leads through consistent prospecting, knowing what objections to be on the lookout for, and really getting out there and crushing their listing goals. I'm joined by my partner, Christoph. Christoph, go ahead.
Yeah, Jonathon and I have been with Landvoice for almost a decade now. We just found that out we didn't even keep track. So exciting. Landvoice has been in business for 30 years, which is stunning actually in this industry that a tech company, can be around for that long. And of course it is because we have just excellent data and our clients are crushing it, and that keeps us going. So my name is Christoph Maizl. I'm VP at Landvoice. The accent you hear, a very, very slight accent you may detect, is from Austria. I'm originally from Salzburg, Austria, but I've been in the United States for 25 years. And my role at Landvoice has been a lot of traveling, kind of like Eleni, we are flying all over the country to meet with influencers, with agents, with brokerages, and so on, just to make sure that we fulfill our purpose in the industry and always there when we are needed. So we are at every convention and so on. what I enjoyed most is really seeing our clients succeed. Like just 2 days ago, I got a 5-star review on Google, and she said, guys, I was on your webinar just 10 days ago. Now, 10 days later, I have 2 listings. And those kind of things I always don't hear about, right? As an executive in the company. But when I do, I just get excited and say, you know, really, that's why we are in business. That's why we are doing those type of webinars. And hopefully during the next hour, you really feel motivated and say, you know what, this is great to implement. These were great talking points. My question was answered. Let's go out and make it happen. So that's my hope for each one of you, that you walk away with something that you can implement to get more listings right now.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great way to start this off. I mean, it's all about education. I love, learning. I love reading. I love talking to people and hearing what they're doing and what they're hearing that's happening in the industry. That's a huge reason why I travel as much as I do, because you find out so many things. Different parts of the country things are happening a little bit differently there, maybe. And so I love hearing what people are doing just around the country. I'm here in Fountain Hills, Arizona. I know you guys are out in Utah, so and we've got people from Maui and Tennessee and Florida.
Right.
I mean, all over the place, New York and
perfect.
Quebec. So some Arizonans here as well, which is awesome to see. People just from all over the country and the world beyond, because we've got some Canadians here. That's awesome. So one of the questions that, I know that a lot of people are wondering, especially in today's market, where the majority of the country is what they're feeling, and even in other parts of the world, is that it is really been a seller's market. What is it? What do you guys think that, I know there's a lot of, questions that agents are having right now, like, how do I get over the fact that I'm reaching out to somebody that wants to maybe sell their property, but they're going to struggle maybe finding something in their price range or in their neighborhood or whatnot, because there aren't many listings right now. So what are you guys hearing? What do you guys hear in how that would be something to overcome?
Christoph, you want to take that?
Yeah, so what I understand from the question is, how can a buyer find something that is actually affordable in this market where everything is a little pricey? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so
they want to sell, nowhere to go, right?
Yeah, nowhere to go.
In my opinion, there is no shortage of seller leads. Okay, a lot of agents complain about shortage. There is no inventory. What we find in our data, there is plenty. There is so much. We have hundreds and hundreds of seller leads in data in any market. Okay, so we can help you with that. That's not a problem. The big objection is always of the seller. Well, where I'm gonna move next, or a buyer. How can I find something that's actually affordable? Now, here is what I would recommend. I would definitely recommend to tap into the wave of pre-foreclosures that's coming in right now, all across the country. Pre-foreclosures are a little different than expireds. Expireds and or new home sellers, they really want to get the most for the home. They have time, if they don't sell right now, as a little bit later. So that's why they have time to wait for multiple offers. And that's how those multiple offers are being written. Now, with a pre-foreclosure, there is a time constraint. And oftentimes the first offer is being taken because you only have like those 30 days or maybe 60 days. So you're anxious to get a great deal, but not the highest. So we have right now at Landvoice, oh my gosh, we have so many requests for pre-foreclosure leads. Now here are my top 3 counties. Give me all the pre-foreclosures that are filtering in. And then we, of course, teach our clients the scripts, what to say, because there's so many mistakes that are being made in the approach. And we figured it out how to get in front of the kitchen table of a pre-foreclosure fairly easily.
Yeah.
And find a property that is reasonably priced, which is of such demand right now in this market. So we'd love to help you with that. You want me to share, Jonathon, just add something? I'm looking.
Yeah, and I mean, just to add, right now, from what I see,
these sellers, they want to see these zeros in their bank account. Appreciation has never been this high ever, and who knows if it's ever going to be this high again. So that's the sense of urgency that we're expressing with these owners, whether we're getting into a rental temporarily until we find something that fits our cup of tea. Getting those zeros in our bank account is the most important thing right now for these owners.
Yeah.
So I try my best to steer them away from, okay, maybe we won't find the exact perfect home with the white picket fence, exactly what we're looking for right now. At least we have all of these zeros in your bank account. You're in affordable rental, and we can shop. We can shop without anything looking over our back. We can take our time.
Stress.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I encourage you guys to steer them towards that dollar amount that they can seize now, instead of, you know, really worrying about finding that perfect home right away.
Yeah. And Christoph, you mentioned pre-foreclosure listings that you guys, some of the data that you guys can get. So just to let the audience know what kind of data you guys are getting. So it's pre-foreclosure, we know that. Do you want to explain what other kind of leads that you would get in through Landvoice that then could ultimately come into Wise Agent, so then you can start doing all your prospecting?
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm going to share a screen with you actually that shows you all those different lead sources or data sources. Okay. So let's go here really quick here. There we go.
Yes, and while Christoph is pulling this up, several different lead sources that we're going to teach you guys how to consistently go after to get listing appointments regularly. Expireds is a huge source for listings for our clients.
Yeah.
If it's done correctly. You know, with expireds, one of the first things that comes to my mind is the timing. Timing is critical.
Right.
So having the correct cell phone information pretty much being handed over to you on a silver platter every morning, ran through the do not call registry, you know, that's imperative. Were you going to say something?
I was just going to jump in and say, so the expired would, just in case we have some new agents here and they're like, expired what? So everyone knows what we're talking about here is that they would be listings that have expired from the MLS. So there was an expiration date, it's past that. And that's something that you guys get. So it expired, you know, last night at midnight. How long does it take for it to come into Landvoice as a lead? Does it take, you know, a few days, a few weeks? How long does it take?
Oh, that's a great question. So an expired expires typically at midnight, right? That's a time when a date is considered to be an effective date. So we actually captured at midnight, and at 6 in the morning, or depending on where in the country, or between 6 and 8 o'clock in the morning, it will be in your Landvoice platform. So just a couple hours after it officially expires.
Yeah, and I know that even is true with it coming into Wise Agent. Those leads would come right in. They get batched into your Wise Agent account right away. And I'm going to show when we're done with this screen, because I do want to go through which each of these listings there are, because there's the expired, there's the FSBOs or for sale by owners. I was like, you know, I always feel like this industry, in our industry, we have so many acronyms that sometimes, you know, especially if you're a new agent, it's like, what's a FSBO? What does that mean? I always think it sounds like a clown's name. And then the pre-foreclosure, the neighborhood search, all of that. I think this is great to be able to understand what kind of, and then the old expireds, right? That so maybe you can explain how you would get those old expires versus just like a you know, a freshly expired lead, and what that looks like.
You know, that is, okay, let me scroll to that really quick here, because that is actually the nichiest niche right now. I want to really, maybe it's important, I think, that we spend maybe a couple of minutes on that and not just try to rush through that, because you really want to get something out of this webinar. Hold on. Just gonna hear old expires. So old expires are not just expireds that expired maybe 2 months ago or 3 months ago. It is something that expired actually 2 years ago. That is where the niche is right now. And I'm gonna show you right now why. I'm just kind of taking an example of Polk County in Florida. Okay, just one example. The average home value just 2 years ago was $184,000. Today it's $229,000. That's a 24% appreciation in 2 years. $45,000 more for the home. The national average, by the way, is 30%. Okay, so we have about $72,000 appreciation. Now, why is that important? Because of COVID, we have 1 year where not much real estate activity happened. Okay, so those that expires in 2019, most of them actually did not sell or relist in 2020. And that is actually not a bad thing, they waited out. And now is 2021 fall, the most likely time for those old expires from 2019 to come back on the market today before Christmas, right? So here's what I would recommend. I would recommend to call everybody who expired in 2018, 19, and 2020, educate them on the current value of the home, which is always great news. And you will see that you get listing appointment after listing appointment. People just want to know from an expert, how much is my home worth today versus 2 years ago when I had it last on the market?
Yeah.
Right. So just to show you like a little graph here, if you go after daily expireds, you have a lot of competition, right? We all know that. And Jonathon always tells people, you know, the only way that we can see to overcome the competition is by being first. If you are first, you get those listing appointments. In fact, NAR tells us that 75% of homeowners list with the first agent who contacts them.
Yeah, this feed to lead is really, really important. And that's why having a CRM where all of this data goes in, it gets pulled into a lot of the Landvoice data gets pulled into Wise Agent. And, you know, using a CRM where you're going to be able to respond to them automatically really quickly. That automation, I mean, you know, sometimes we can't type fast enough on our phones if we get a lead in via text or email to respond to them. So having the automation, and one of the questions here is somebody wants to know more about the AI bot that we announced a few weeks ago, because I think that in conjunction with Landvoice, and AI, because I said earlier, we have all these acronyms, it's artificial intelligence, right? And so what this bot does is it really just helps in a natural, really easy way of qualifying the lead without you really doing anything. A lot of times the speed to lead could be so nerve-wracking because of fear of rejection. You don't want people to like slam the phone, you know, in your ear. You don't want to hear the word no. The bot does all that for you. So then you don't have to have any of that anxiety. Like, what if they say this? What if they say that? Let the bot handle that. And for the cost of the bot, which is like $1.50 a lead, it's so inexpensive. You can't really afford to miss that opportunity because it will just do all of that for you, all of that you know, that qualification part, which is such a huge thing. And I'm going to show that here in a minute because I think that's a really important aspect of getting these leads, because you can get these leads in all day, but you got to do something with it. You know, you have to have those conversations. You have to build on that relationship once you get them in. And I know you guys get phone numbers and specifically more mobile numbers than landlines. Is that correct?
That's right. Hardly any landlines, which is great. You know, we give you the cell phone numbers, but the important thing is they're all scrubbed against the do not call registry.
Right. Which is
and I
really
love that the bot communicates with the leads without the sense of rejection. It doesn't think about that. It's out the window, the reluctance, right? So that just helps everything work in full swing. The leads filter in, the bot communicates with the leads. You guys get ready for your listing appointments. The systems work so wonderful together.
Yeah. And I mean, and that it's, so one, it's really the bot, what it does is it will help with that anxiety of, you know, hearing that no, or I'm not ready, or not right now, or whatever they may say. So it helps with that anxiety if you may have that with phone calls. But it also will help if you're one of those people kind of like me right now, where it's like, I'm so busy, I don't have time to make 15, 20, 30 phone calls per day on prospecting, this will do it for you, and which will, kind of allow you to keep doing the things that you love and are good at, because that's what we should really be focusing on when we're doing scheduling our times, is focus on the things that you love and that you're good at. And then let somebody else or something else, like a bot, take care of those things that maybe you don't have time for, you don't love, or you don't want to do. And that's what this bot really helps with. And I think that's a really powerful thing. So there really isn't any reason, there shouldn't be any reason for you to say, "Ooh, I don't know about, getting these kind of leads. I'm not sure if I have the time for it. I'm not sure if I know what to say." We got you covered. So I'm gonna share my screen here to show you a little bit about what I mean. So this is Wise Agent, if you guys aren't familiar with. So I'm in the dashboard here. And our lead rules, this is where the automation comes into play. So you would set up your lead rules and say, I got the lead in from wherever, just any source. And it could be in every source that you have. So, all of the portals and your website and everything else, they can be answered and responded to differently. And when you have this set up, there's just a quick little menu here where you can say, do I want to add this to the AI bot? And once you say yes, you can target the audience and say, are they a buyer? Are they a seller? Are they a renter? Or if you're a loan officer, we already have you covered. And I think there was also even a question about, what about commercial properties in prospecting? So last week when we had Nate Jones from Structurally on our webinar, I learned something new, is that the bot will even have conversations with your seller on commercial properties. So it doesn't even matter if it's commercial. So that would be something that would be helpful for you as well. So you can set this up and say, these are going to be seller leads, and you could just save this, and now the bot will kick in once those leads come in. And if you're doing any kind of imports, because some of our integration is still a little manual. We still have to do some importing from Landvoice into Wise Agent, but our tech teams are going to be working together to get that to be a little bit more seamless. And what you would really be able to do, let me go to Dwight Schrute here, who doesn't love The Office. And so you could see he's already been turned on to the bot. So I can pause him if I need to, if I need to take over the conversation from the bot, I can pause this, so then I can have that conversation. So, and here's the conversation. So I have to find, are you looking out of curiosity? Are you considering to make a move within the next year or so? This is the bot. This is the respondent from Dwight. And then this is the bot again, and it keeps going back and forth with them. And they're really great conversations. So you can see it says like gotcha, which is not really a proper word, but you want to use slang. You want to have more natural conversation. So these are the things. This is how the AI bot can really help you.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
And Lenny, I just want to say that because at Landvoice, we see a lot of companies out there that try to do automations and campaigns that just shoot off with text messages. And many of them are so expensive and for a lot of new agents, really unaffordable. And I'm so impressed that you are able to offer it at $1.50 a lead. Yeah. And then even just the entire suite of Wise Agent is so competitively priced. There's no reason why somebody could not say, I want to take advantage of that. So congratulations and thank you for the contribution you bring in this industry. This is very valuable to our clients. Thank you.
Yeah, we always put our agents, we think about them first, serving the realtors and serving this industry and this community that we have built, because it's really important to have, we practice what we preach here. So all the relationship building that I talk about, I truly mean that, and I do it. And that's why I say, hey, you guys need to be doing this as well, because it's something that really does work. It's just this, in this industry, when you're helping people purchase a home or sell a home, this is like the biggest purchase or the biggest sale asset that they have, that they own, that you are really going to be a part of. And what a better way of, you know, building trust and building a relationship with them than going through this process. And then what the NAR statistic is something, I think now it went up to like 82% of realtors that help somebody buy a home or sell a home aren't used for a second purchase or a second time, which is, it blows my mind. All of that opportunity just missed. You've started a transaction, you went through a deal with somebody, you started to build that relationship, and then you kind of dropped the ball and you forgot about them. We had one of our members, he used to do those type of deals where it was just like one and done, you know. I don't need to build a relationship. I'm gonna just do it one and done and no thank you. And then I think he did that for like 15, 20 years. And I think 2 years ago, he started using Wise Agent, started building relationships. He makes more money now with a smaller pool of people than he did with this huge, large pool of people that he was just one and done with, because he's doing repeat business over and over again and getting referrals from those people. So there's a huge difference in, you know, and neither one is like bad, but it's just, you can try and work smarter and not harder, you know? So.
I agree 100%. A lot of realtors, you know, stay tunnel vision looking for that next realtor, and using a system like this, of course, to communicate with past clients. It's huge, of course, in repeat business. They're missing out on so much. Christoph, I know that we didn't get that second to finish the old expired segment. Do we want to show everybody here how we can find out what old expireds are available in their area? Because one of the things that we do, guys, we want you to provide us the zip codes that you guys work the strongest, so we can actually look at what years we have available, see what type of inventory is there, so you can feed that into your Wise Agent system. And I know Christoph, right before we got into this discussion, was going to show you guys a real quick slide on how to get your zip codes over to us so we can do that audit for you. Christoph, real quick, so we could finish this old expired conversation and show everyone how we can get them the report on their areas.
Absolutely.
Want to finish that up real quick?
Yeah, you can see the screen right now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what we do is we actually go into any past zip code and we remove all the foreclosures, actives, and solds that have happened since 2019 or 18, right? And then we give you that list exclusively. So we also give you the script and the training that goes along with it to make sure you have success. Now, here's, Jonathan, maybe you can do that, how we can help them pick the right zip code and have the most success with old expireds.
So yeah, I think this is one of the big things, the takeaways that we want you guys to just know what's going on in your area back in the day in 2018, 2019, and 2020. We want you to text us your top 4 zip codes that you work the strongest, or that you want to see your new listings in. Because what we're going to do is check our system and see what years we have available in those zip codes. Is 2018 available? Is 2019 available? Is 2020? And then once we see if it's available, we're going to look at the inventory that's there. And we'll be able to let you know, hey guys, that zip code in 2019 is a prime source for inventory for you to target. Many of these owners haven't relisted. We can get a bird's eye look on that. So text us your top 4 zip codes so we can do some research, let you know how many owners haven't put their property back on the market, and if it's a good pick for you. Because that's where a lot of our agents are getting their listings right now, with low inventory and all that appreciation with these owners from back in the day.
Yeah, there you go. And I just see that Kristen posted the number to text for those 4 zip codes in the chat for everybody else. If you guys didn't get a chance to take a screenshot of that, it is in the chat for you all. So one of the questions that we've been getting is, what sets you guys apart from your competitor? Or competitors, I should say.
I would
Love that question.
Yeah, I
Go
think
ahead,
I
Christoph.
can answer that. So as time goes, we have been the first one, 30 years ago, and over time, of course, competitors have come up trying to do what we do, and we are still the oldest one, the largest one in the industry. But how are we different? I would say it's about the quality of the data. There are a lot of companies out there that say, I provide phone numbers, and they're great, and then you find out, that maybe half of them are junk, right? We constantly improve and improve the quality of our data. And one thing that we are doing really well, and I don't know of any competitor who's really doing it, is absentee owner information. So not only do we provide the best phone numbers out there, but if that home, the address, is associated with the algorithm basically finds a phone number for that address, and a renter might be living there, and you actually want to talk to the seller, to the decision maker, we do an absentee owner lookup and give you the name, the address, and the phone number, no matter where the owner lives. And now you can talk to the decision maker. That is a huge difference between Landvoice and any other competitor, that we give you that data. And the other one is, I think our big differentiator is pricing. We always decided, no matter what they charge and how high they're gonna go, we will keep our prices low. And the only thing that haunts us sometimes is people think, if you're the lowest, maybe your data is not as good. But no, this is just our strategy. We want to be the lowest priced at the highest quality data, and that is our game.
Yeah, that's how we feel too. It's, we are one of the most competitively priced CRMs out there, with a lot of benefits and features and things that you can use from our drip campaigns and our newsletters and everything else that really helps you get to that next level and grow your business. So it's this Wise Agent can help everyone, just like Landvoice can, from new agents all the way to more veteran agents. So at an affordable price. So that's so that's awesome.
So there's a lot of desperation out there right now for leads, and a lot of companies take advantage and actually up their price. And I don't think that is a great strategy for us. We decided right now is the time to come towards our clients, lower our prices, and make it affordable for people, because this industry depends on real estate sales. And I feel we have a responsibility in helping for that to occur, and one way to do that is just to lower the price.
Yeah. And I love that. I think that's one of the things. Someone's asking, how does the integration work between Wise Agent and Landvoice? So I'm going to share my screen here and show that off here. So there's the way it all starts is from your Landvoice account. And before you go into your Landvoice account, you'd go into your Wise Agent account to get your API key. So API is another acronym, not necessarily just in the real estate industry. It just means application program interface. So it's just a key that you would get that's unique to you. So I'm not going to show it, but you would just come in here, come into your Wise Agent account here, and just generate an API key. You can generate a new one, grab that API key, you would copy and paste it, and come into your Landvoice account. And let's see if I did my homework right. I would just come in here and go to your Wise Agent, and you would just paste in your API key and here. And so then you would be able to, you want to get all this done, and then click on save. And now this will start feeding all of that data into your Wise Agent account. Okay, so that is, and then you'll just come in every single day. You'll be able to see all of your new leads in Wise Agent, and those leads are all for sale by owner and expired leads. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think the FSBOs, the expireds, and the pre-foreclosures are all filtering in. So you can grab the data and put it into Wise Agent, of course. That happens every day at 6 a.m. with all of the data, expireds, FSBOs, and pre-foreclosures.
Right.
If you guys were wondering how that works, we just grab them out of your top 2 to 3 counties, and that would filter into this Wise Agent account.
Right.
So yeah, that's how we grab the data out of your areas that filter
Right.
into.
And then it would be filtered in by source. Oh, and someone's been doing some cleanup in the test account. So the other way is, I know you guys have a couple of new features and an announcement to make here as well, but another way of doing it is by also getting just getting the files, getting an export, because I know there's a couple of new data points that you guys are getting. And so you can just upload it through importing your context. I'm gonna just quickly browse to my file. I'm gonna show you guys how this works really quickly. So I'm gonna find my file. So once I find my file, I can insert this really easily. So I can put that this is, Landvoice. I can type that out in here, and then just make sure that all of my fields match. So we do our best to match them by the column name here, and then you can just find the acceptable name here. So owner would be the full business, the full name. Here we go. And so you can do all of this, so your home address and everything else. And then once you have all of the data fields mapped out, you would just click on import, and then that whole entire file will be imported into your account. So I'll just click on import. I didn't map all of them, but for time's sake. And so now you can see that they've been added in here. Now I can come in here. I didn't do the phone number. And so now I can make that phone call. You could use the built-in dialer from Wise Agent to dial these people's number and get your notes added in here. So I can quickly come in here after the conversation is done or during the conversation. I can, type in notes here and then set up my follow-up and make sure that I'm not losing track of this lead, right?
Yep.
Because after every conversation, you need to have the next one set up. So you need to make sure that you're going to follow up, even if it's like, hey, let me talk it over and I'll get back to you in a month or in 3 weeks. Don't wait for them to call you back, because they probably won't. You need to reach out to them. So if they say, call me back in a month, set yourself up with a reminder saying, okay, I need to do this. I need to call them again. And so you can set an alert and say, hey, on the 7th at 10 a.m. Or if you don't want to put a time in here, you don't have to. But you could, or I'm sorry, for the alert, you have to put in a time. For the contact time, you don't have to. But what you want to do is set yourself an alert saying, I need to call this person again in a month so I can see where are they at. Have they talked to their spouse? Are they ready? What are they doing? Follow up on that conversation. So the follow-up, it's not required by our system, but should be required just by industry standards. So making sure that you're doing that. So that's how you would import a file. If that seems too complicated, which is not, you could always send that file to our help desk. So you can just send it along to help@wiseagent.com, and then we'll import it for you. So we'll map everything and put that into your account. So a couple of more questions coming up here that I'm seeing. One of them being, how about Canada? Do you guys have data for?
I was just about to go into that. I saw
Yeah.
those questions too.
Yeah.
Does Landvoice work in Canada, and how could we use this? Christoph, I think you should pull up the slide for the call capture system, because this does work in Canada and throughout the country.
Oh yeah, that is fantastic. Yeah.
For sell by owners, guys, we're seeing a huge influx of for sell by owners throughout the entire country. There's no doubt the influx of FSBOs is because of these owners looking for those offers, right? You and buyers are writing out there. So we are seeing literally a record-breaking number of FSBOs. So whether you're in Canada or you're out here in the States, you give us the areas that you work, and we'll filter in the data inside the Landvoice platform. You're going to see the names of each owner, the cell phone numbers that match up to them. Of course, we run those all through the do not call registry, all the property details that you guys need to know. And a fun part about it is you get a 6-month backlog of all the FSBOs in your areas who haven't listed with a realtor in a 6-month time period. So you would be absolutely surprised with how many for sale by owners slip through the cracks. And we'll show you which for sale by owners those are. Make sure you text us your top 2 to 4 areas, counties. I know in Canada, is it provinces? You text us your top provinces and we'll look up those areas and let you know what type of data we see filtering in, so you know that before making any type of commitment. Something that we want to bring to the table, guys, our agents are converting FSBOs left and right. 91% of FSBOs are converting into a listing right now. And the way we're doing it is we're leading with value. We're not coming with the same scripts our competition is using because we don't want to get toddler feedback. No, I'll do it myself. For sell by owners are hearing a lot of the same scripts. They're onto it. But if you add the value, you will become the brand. Find a way to add more value than anyone else. So we want to share something with you that's working throughout the entire country. A real quick script. Hello, my name's Jonathan. I'm a realtor with XYZ Real Estate, and I'm not calling to try to get a listing from you. I have a system that I want to offer to you that's going to help you generate more buyers on your home. It'll help you track all of your buyer leads. It'll ensure you never miss an opportunity to follow up. And we'll even do you an extra favor. We'll instantly pre-qualify every buyer for a loan. So you're only showing your property to serious pre-qualified buyers. And this is all for free. So most FSBOs say, what's the catch, right? What's in it for you? Why are you providing this great service to me? And we have a catch. There's something that we get out of helping you find the right buyer that's going to pay you the most amount of money. So we're going to text you a short 1-minute video that explains the whole program. Now, guys, this is a video that we can text to the FSBOs, every lead that we're providing. Of course, this could be sent through your Wise Agent account to the FSBOs without you having to lift a finger. Christoph, play this video real quick. It's just a minute, guys. Check it out.
So you want to sell your home on your own? Great. Here's how I can help you sell your home without listing with me or any other agent, and I'll help you for free. I will give you access to a technology that is currently being used by the top agents in the country to sell houses faster and at higher prices than ever before. Here's how it works. I will give you your very own toll-free number with unlimited extensions to use on your ads, flyers, yard signs, social media, or anything else you use to advertise your property. This will drive significantly more potential buyers and free up your time in the process. For example, put this new toll-free number and extension on your for sale by owner sign. When a buyer calls the 800 number and enters the extension for your property, they will hear a beautiful property commercial I've had professionally recorded for you for free. Now, at the end of this recording, the buyer will hear your asking price and have the opportunity to press a button to speak with you directly to set up a showing or submit an offer. And here's the really cool part. When the buyer hangs up, the system captures their information and the extension they called, then you receive an instant text message or email with that information. Now, if you want, you can follow up with that buyer at the peak of their interest. I will also give you a professionally created property flyer with your photos, property information, and your new 800 number for free. You can print this or use this flyer to post your house on websites like Facebook or Craigslist. All this marketing will open your house to many more buyers and help you sell your home faster and for more money. The best part about this is that you don't need any extra hardware or software. All you need is your cell phone. You are probably wondering why I do all this for free. Well, since only one buyer can purchase your home, I would like to work with the rest of the buyers who don't purchase your home. I get to help them buy other homes in the area. See how this system can help both of us? You sell your home on your own, and I get access to more potential buyers and sellers. In addition, working together will give me an opportunity to demonstrate to you the value I can bring in helping you sell your home. So if you ever do decide to list with an agent, I'd like to be the first considered. I know you will love this technology. It's simple, fantastic, and it works. If you're ready, let's get started.
Well, and so thanks for sharing that. I think one of the things is, what are you going to say? And that's a great video. And also one thing that you could add that as well to your drip campaign and Wise Agent is once you have that conversation, you get an email address, you could add them to a campaign, or if you want to just do texting, you can go into your Wise Agent account and add them to a marketing drip campaign. We already have campaigns created for you for, FSBOs or expired listings. We have those already pre-created and done in Wise Agent. So here's the first one in a series of, I think, 8 in here that you can choose from. So it's a nicely well-written and fully editable email that can go out to your members that would be branded with your company branding in here. There's some things that you could edit this. You could have a call to action button in here saying contact me, which would then just open up their email browser so they can just email. You can also create any program. So we provide a lot of different programs for you to use just directly within Wise Agent, and we're going to be working, so Wise Agent and Landvoice are going to be working together to come up with some new campaigns for pre-foreclosures. I know that's one that we don't currently have, but we have everything from short sales to FSBOs, buyer market, seller market. We have them both in English and in Spanish for you. So you can come in here and just select any one of these and really use it to your advantage, and create it where if you don't like something that's said, or if you want to add to it, you could add to it right here. So you could fully edit this and customize it to be kind of your own voice. I think there was a question that said, how do I make the marketing materials sound more like me? Well, I always tell people, I'm from Chicago. If I sent an email that said y'all in it to my Chicago friends, they would think that I were like losing my mind. So we don't say y'all in Chicago. We just don't say that word. But if you're, in an area where that, we say you guys to everybody, it's always you guys or yous, depending if you're in the north side or south side of Chicago. So you want to make it where it's appropriate. It sounds like you. Put your own spin on it, put your own tone to it, make it so it is unique. You could edit the images. If this is not what a house in your area looks like, then change this, delete this, and add another image in here that will look like a home in your area. This is not a home that would be typical in Arizona. That doesn't look like an Arizona home. So I wouldn't send this out because it just, wouldn't resonate with my Arizona people. So that's something that you always want to be mindful of, is what your message says. Having, I always tell people, having marketing campaigns done by us or in conjunction with other of our partners is always a great way to kind of make it semi-homemade. So you can take what we have and just tweak it just a little bit, changing a couple of words or some images and making it really unique and making it sound like you wrote it, you came up with it, and really you spent minimal time on this. So that's what I always recommend. You don't have to just you can stay with the canned replies that we have created for you because they are great, but you can also adjust them to make it fit for your specific market.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Randy says, hey, I'm from Chicago too. Y'all. I say y'all because I married a Mississippi girl. I say y'all because my best friends are from Texas and I live in Arizona now, but I don't say that to my family because they'll think I'm crazy.
I see this question several times here. Do you guys have cold calling scripts for closing appointments? Guys, first of all, I don't think there's a need right now in this market to do many cold calls. I don't even like that word, cold calls, or texting campaigns to cold leads. I think it already sets you up for failure, really. You don't expect much out of it. All the leads that we provide, I would not consider them cold at all. They are homeowners who raise their hand and said, hey, I want to sell my home. I just want to talk to an agent. So I don't like the word cold call. But here is a website where you can download bunch of scripts. I like to call them dialogues, a bunch of dialogues for free. Write this down. Maybe somebody can put it in the chat box, Jonathan, maybe www.landvoice.com/free downloads. Okay, so there's also a great video on how to work with pre-foreclosures and a free ebook, 10 listings in 7 days. We want you to have that for free.
That's awesome. That's, and always using resources from the technologies that you use, know and trust is always a great way of, just adding value to yourself. So, definitely be using the scripts from Landvoice. We're going to be working, our teams are going to be working in conjunction to bring some of those into our marketing drip campaigns. So then those are something that's just automatically added to your call list. So when you are calling, or maybe you have an ISA or an assistant that helps you with those kind of calls, a VA or something, those would be already built in there, already typed for you. You don't have to go out and rewrite it. It's already done for you. I think, having that done for you sometimes is just that hump that you need to get over, because it's like, what do I say? What do I write? What image do I use? Those are things that sometimes we get stuck with, and we get plagued, and when that fear sets in, then we don't do anything. It's just better off to send something, even if the picture is not a picture of a home that's in your area. It's better to send that than to not communicate at all. So yeah, that's a great tip here. One of the things is, one of the questions is how often to send out marketing materials. How often should I be sending out a marketing campaign, or how often should I be calling? The statistics all say that you need to make at least 8 touches before somebody starts converting. So it can be anything. It can be phone calls, right? Text messages, emails, a postcard that would be considered a touch. Any of these things that you want to be doing, but the minimum is 8.
Mm-hmm. We got a lot of questions about circle prospecting and can you use Landvoice? I think one of the questions you guys asked, you're in the inspection business, and you said, hey, what tools do you have for me to gain new clients in my inspecting business? That actually is a good quick segue to a release that we have that we want to share with you guys about our new neighborhood search. For those of you guys who have been looking for a neighborhood circle prospecting system that gave you accurate cell phone numbers, we have something in store for you that we've been working on for at least 2 years now. A neighborhood circle prospecting system where you gain access to 95% accurate cell phone numbers. Christoph, go ahead and explain.
Yeah, so I'm not going to play the video now. We're going to send you the link here in a second, but the new neighborhood search tool helps you to connect with anybody in your neighborhood to not only increase your database, but connect with actual potential sellers. So here's what's important for you to understand. When you have, and the veteran agents know that, this is for the new agents, when you have a just listed, just sold property or an open house, you can almost bet on it that in a 1.5-mile radius, you get multiple homeowners who also will put the home up for sale, not by coincidence, but because listings have babies. We joke always, listings have babies. So you want to connect with neighbors around any property where you have any real estate activity. That new neighborhood search tool that we're releasing actually tomorrow, that is a big announcement. We've been working for 2 years on it. You draw a polygon boundary or a circle, whatever you want, around the neighborhood where you want to prospect and you want to capture more leads, right? So you will capture automatically everybody, but you can fine tune it and say, single family homes or commercial buildings or number of bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, whatever it is. You fine tune what you're looking for, click submit, and right away, within seconds, you now get a list with all the phone numbers, names and addresses for the neighbors, and even information about their home, so that you can import that into Wise Agent, grow your database. In fact, you can actually grow your database by 9,000 individuals every quarter, because we give you a limit of 3,000, which is more than most realtors need, 3,000 a month. Okay. And we don't even charge extra for that. If you're a Landvoice client and you have one of our bundles, we give you that tool because we believe it is so important for you to grow your database and work your neighborhood, brand yourself. And that tool is being released today. We invite you to really check it out, to make it part of your arsenal. I don't even know how somebody could build a business without having access to correct information, especially within the market. And that tool will solve that problem.
Yeah. And that's great because I think, you know, growing your database, I know a lot of new agents, that's the hottest question for a new agent is, okay, I'm starting in this business. I don't know anybody. Who do I call? You know, like, what do I start doing? Who do I ask? This is a great opportunity. It's also a great opportunity for team leads or brokers that want to provide value to their agents. You know, providing data and lead data to them so then they can start prospecting. That's something that you can use for your own recruiting purposes in your brokerage or on your team. It's great for so many different ways of running your business. And obviously for those agents that are just like, hey, I gotta hustle and mama's gotta get paid. This is, you know, so this is a great way of doing that. Making those phone calls using, now, there's a question if there is a dialer embedded into Wise Agent. There absolutely is. We had, and we're going to be doing a webinar with the good folks over at Wave, where we're going to, that's going to be, I think, in November. But there is a dialer that's embedded into Wise Agent that you can use. So right from your call list, you can just start using, oops, where am I going? I can't use my mouse today. There we go. So as soon as you go to your call list, because all of those leads, you're going to be directing them through the lead rules, you're going to make sure that they're getting added to your call list. And so then you can say, hey, I need to start, you know, dialing here. I need to start dialing for dollars. You could just click this, this here, and you could really just get this dialing session done right away. So it will start the session from here. You'll be able to take notes from your account, and then the phone call could either come to your cell phone, your office phone, whatever you want. You can customize how that works. You gotta love live demos when my internet's not fast enough. I'm probably sharing too many things and doing too many things at one time, and it's not liking me. But you can use that dialer to really help you go through a lot of this data that you're getting, a lot of these leads. So a question about the dialer, is it a single dialer or otherwise agent? So it's a power dialer. So you have the option of doing, purchasing a single dialer. You could do a multi-line dialer. I think the max that it would take is like 3 phone numbers, calling them at one time. And then you could, if all 3 answer, you could leave 2 voicemails and then talk to the one person. So, that's,
they work really well together, right? The Landvoice leads in the dialer, they sync right in, you turn it on, you guys get calls, or you start making your calls. It's literally seamless. So they work hand in hand. I can't wait to actually use that dialer. So I'm going to circle back with you after this. I'm like, now that I got a Wise Agent account, I'm totally using the dialer.
I know. And there was, I think there was another question, is there going to be a voice drop program integrated within Wise Agent? That is coming soon. So we're working on that with to be embedding that into the dialer as well. And then do we integrate with Dub Video? Which absolutely, yes, we integrate with Dub Video and BombBomb, as well as YouTube. And then you can also upload your own video to a text and send that out. So we do work with, it's close to like 130 integrated partners at this point. So we have a lot of different partners. If there's any questions ever, just call our support and we'll direct you. Mass voice drop. Yes, so voice drop, Jesus, is coming soon. I don't have a release date, but that will be coming soon. Hopefully, we'll know a little bit more in the next couple of weeks on when that will be released. So
I see we're getting here towards the end of the time here, guys. And a lot of you have asked questions. Okay, expireds, FSBOs, neighborhood search, we get it. You guys do the leads that filter in. What's the cost? Christoph mentioned towards the beginning that we have a special rolled out for everybody here. So Christoph, if you want to take a quick moment and share this price that we've really rolled out the red carpet for this webinar, that'd be great for everyone who's wondering what's the price of all of this.
Yeah, and before I share the price, I want to say there are a lot of shiny objects out there, right? I mean, you guys have many options. I see a question, how can I double my listings? How again, best practices to gain listings. Here's my advice. Pick something that works together. Wise Agent and Landvoice is a perfect combination if you're interested in keeping your budget low. If you don't want to spend too much, but you want to get all the leads possible, make sure that you pick a combination, and Landvoice and Wise Agent is perfect for that. I'm going to show you now how much the pricing is, and you will be surprised how low we are priced. So all those leads that we talked about, expires, neighborhood search, for sale by owners, pre-foreclosures, call capture, which is this 800 number system, and all expires together, we call it the lead bundle, which is normally $19.97 a year, and you can have it for $9.97 a year. So now I want to tell those of you who are brand new and they said, you know what, this is great, only $1,000 a year, but I don't have that. You actually can get it for a quarter for only $2.97 a quarter. We have never done this before, by the way. We're just doing that for those of you who just want to, say ease in and say, you know what, I only have $300. What can I get for this? That is a fraction of our regular cost.
Yeah. And I didn't even have to twist your arm for that. You guys volunteered that. So that was amazing offer.
And the reason why, and I said it earlier, this is the time to give back. This is not the time to ask for a lot. So we even increase the offer for those who are the annual clients, and we give an old expired zip code for free on top of that low bundle. That's another $250 saving. All you got to do is text the word elite, or just text your name to 801-810-1295. That's Jonathon's number. And then we'll make sure that you can jump into Landvoice without spending much money. And guys, the whole goal is, this is not an expense. This is an investment. The whole goal is to help you get listings. All right. That is our purpose. And we are arm in arm with that, with Wise Agent. Together, we can help you. And that is our goal.
That's awesome. Thank you for that, Christoph. Thank you guys for that offering. And I'm excited to see the results of that from everyone, from our Wise Agent members. Also, thank you guys for joining me again on a webinar series. I know, and maybe you can post that number so then everyone in the audience has access to that. And while you're doing that, next week, I'm hosting another webinar. I'm busy this month with 3. So next week, I'm going to be joined by Julie Tate. She's the team lead at HomeSmart here in the Valley. And so we're going to be talking about how to use your CRM to manage teams and run your team. And so that's going to be a great conversation with Julie. She's a dear friend. So that's next Tuesday at 11 a.m., I believe. Sarah, correct me if I'm wrong on that. And so I'm excited to see everybody once again next week. And then I know Jonathon and Christoph, I'm going to see you guys in person, yay, in October at in Morro Bay, I believe is where we're going, San Luis.
With Eisenhower.
Yep. So Eisenhower coaching, and so we'll be there together. So that will be great.
Wonderful.
So if you guys are also going to be attending that event, please stop by and say hello, and let's chat. I'm excited for that one as well. So a lot of things happening. We're back on the road, or I'm back on the road. So I'm going to be all over zigzagging the country in the next couple of weeks. So October will be a little bit slower on webinars, but I will be hopefully seeing some of you in person. So thank you so much, you guys, for today and being on once again. Thank you, everyone,
for having us.
Of
course, thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you on Tuesday. Take care.